Hello everyone, I'm Cloud and welcome to Anime No Mi. Today, continuing with the One Piece videos, we already have the first leaks of chapter 1045 of the manga. In today's video we are going to talk about the first spoilers that have already been leaked from chapter 1045 of the One Piece manga, remembering that they are just small leaks in text. But today, we already have some new information from the chapter. Some things are still quite confusing, and we will have all the information only when the full spoiler or full chapter releases, but we already have some news revealed about the new chapter. Hope you can help us by leaving your like in the video to support the channel. I also hope you subscribe if you are still new here and leave your comments saying your opinion and what are the next videos you want to see here on the channel. Now let's go to the video. Guys, it is said that in this chapter we will have some more information related to the mythical Hito no Mi fruit in the Nika model, Luffy's new fruit. Possibly they will talk a little more about the origin of the fruit, who was its possible owner in the past, and what relationship she could have with Joy Boy. But in addition to the information about Luffy's new powers, we will also have some news and information about another important character in this great battle, a character who knows a lot about Joy Boy. As we saw, it is said by Zanesha that Joy Boy had returned, and at that moment, where we see that at the moment where the big elephant says that Luffy appears with his fruit awakened, so the sun god Nika has a strong bond with Joy Boy. Possibly Joy Boy was the first owner of the fruit of the sun god Nika, or he became just one of the bearers of this fruit over the centuries, as there may have been other users of this fruit before Joy Boy. Many people may have achieved this power, and that doesn't diminish the importance of the fruit, or the fruit's power, regardless of whether Joy Boy was a user of that fruit or not. As only the Gorosei have information about the fruit that Luffy ate, it is very likely that they are the ones who in the chapters will continue talking about the fruit and maybe passing on important information about the real powers of this fruit. For the Gorosei of the past may have informed about the powers that the fruit of the sun god Nika possesses to the next generations, just as they passed on the information about the existence of this legendary fruit in which the first Gorosei changed the name of the fruit. After all, they fear this fruit, and for that reason, all Gorosei should know about it so that they are careful with the user of this power. In the spoiler of chapter 1045, it is said that a comparison is made of Luffy's Snakeman transformation in his fight against Katakuri, so they are probably comparing the speed and strength that both showed during the fight. In addition to probably being comparing mainly that in his Gear 5, Luffy can possess the same characteristics of Katakuri and also of his Gear 4 Snakeman, because in this new transformation, Luffy got the ability to stretch his body even further, possibly possessing an almost unlimited distance of when he can stretch. Not only that, now his body also has similar characteristics to Katakuri, as Katakuri also has an awakened devil fruit, giving Luffy the possibility of possibly being able to modify his body in any way he desires. Not only that, but also the ability to make his body similar to a Logia user's, making him virtually intangible when he unites the power of his fruit along with his ability to briefly predict a few seconds into the future with his haki. And finally, as we deduced expectations in our video, and we got it right, there will be a flashback about Kaido in the chapter. It is very likely that it will be telling his story and his discovery about Joy Boy. After all, we know that he was on the side of the Rocks pirates and in some time knew about Wano and Joy Boy. Since it could be that Kaido formerly wanted to become Joy Boy, helping to save everyone who was suffering because of Sekai Sifu, or it could be that he is looking for Joy Boy's help and for that reason he was waiting for him for a long time. So it could be that during this flashback we will know more about his past and what led him to become so strong, and maybe we will also see how he got this supposed immortality that he possesses. There are still many things we don't know about Kaido's past, so Oda may even reveal information about Zebek, the great pirate who could even rival Go D. Roger. As such, there is a slight possibility that during this flashback we also get information about Zebek's real goals and why he was organizing a crew of powerful pirates. And it may even be that Zebek's goal is to get the power of the sun god. After all, it was said that Sekai Sifu had this fruit for a long time and on several occasions. For now, only this information about this chapter, but it may not be the end of this confrontation between Luffy and Kaido, since during this chapter there will be a considerably large flashback. We will then see a possible development in Kaido's personality and history. We will have much more information about this character's past that so far we have very little information. Who knows, it will even show Yamato's mother, what Kaido's life was like in the past and what was always motivating him. After all, we know that he has a great interest in Wano and says that no one in that battle knows the truth about Wano, so it's very likely that in these next chapters we won't see the final outcome of the fight. Oda will probably develop even more about the truth about Kaido and his connection with Joy Boy as he continues to face one of the biggest battles of his life. In this chapter there will also be a greater focus on Luffy's fruit. The Gorosei should better explain the operation of this incredible power that the sun god Nika provides to our protagonist Luffy, so Luffy will also gain a great prominence. In addition to that, in these next chapters we will also have more information about Im-sama, as this character represents having a great knowledge about the Void Century and also knowledge about Joy Boy and the great power he possesses. Sama may be directly linked to Joy Boy, which further increases the likelihood of him appearing again to present us with more information about the fruit, since right now, the Gorosei are talking about the power that the fruit of the sun god Nika possesses. It could be that Sama has even more knowledge about this fruit, and so in the next chapters, he will reveal a lot of other information that not even the Gorosei have knowledge about. After all, we know that Yonko Kaido has some knowledge of Joy Boy, and he can reveal what he knows about this character during flashbacks. In this chapter it is quite likely that we will see what will happen to Orochi, as in chapter 1044 we see that during his conversation with Hiyori, Orochi ended up being inexplicably attacked by Kenjuro's spirit, who may have regretted it. We will then see if he will lose his life through Kenjuro's flames, or will he still manage to survive to cause even more trouble for Hiyori and her allies who are currently busy fighting. We have to remember that there is still a member of Cypher Pole Zero in Onigashima watching all the happenings of the place. He may have been ordered by the Gorosei to do something very important in Onigashima, being very likely that it is still the mission to capture Nico Robin. Since she was not shown in this last chapter, it may be that Cypher member Pole Zero is waiting for the Navy ships to arrive in Wano to be able to capture her and take her quickly to the ships. As the ships are very close to Wano, when they get there, the Navy members and Cypher Pole will cause a big problem for Kaido's pirates and Luffy's allies. For Onigashima will descend to the surface only when Kaido is defeated, or when Kaido decides to make his clouds disappear, giving up on his plan. We saw that Momonosuke, who now has greater control over his dragon transformation, would make clouds appear around Onigashima just like Kaido did. This because Kaido is tired, so he will do this to get the island to descend calming, so that no one is hurt. By this time the marine ships will have arrived in Wano to defeat the surviving pirates. Even though Luffy has become very strong with the awakening of his fruit after his confrontation with Kaido, he will not be able to keep fighting. Since he has struggled for a long time without stopping to rest, his body must already be completely exhausted, but because of his awakening the joy he is feeling is hiding a bit the tiredness and pain in his body. But after the clashes are over, it is quite likely that Luffy will end up being unconscious for a long time until he can restore his strength again to continue his journey. So this would be a perfect time for this member of Cypher Pole Zero, who is still in Onigashima, to try to capture Nico Robin, as her allies would not be able to protect her because of the great exhaustion they are feeling from the conflicts. However, it's worth remembering that Robin is now much stronger than before, and she can keep fighting to protect the other Straw Hat pirates who are already tired. There are several events that can occur in this chapter, since at that moment, Luffy's allies will not need to fight Kaido, who is now fighting again Luffy, who has just awakened with a new power. Luffy's allies will now be able to prepare to leave Onigashima, as there are only a few pirates allied with Kaido that are still in combat. The only danger that can arise currently is the Navy. And as Kazara said a few chapters ago, it could be that he's heading to Wano, as now that Luffy has managed to awaken the power of his devil fruit, things have gotten more dangerous than before. And that might make Akaina change his mind, or get a request from the Goroseus to send an admiral. With the legendary fruit reawakened and being used by a pirate, the Sekai Sifu will be in danger, and as we know, Kizaru is the only admiral who has the ability to get to Wano quickly without the need for a boat. After all, we know that the fruit with the power of light that he has allows him to turn into fragments of light and go to the desired location. This being a possible means of transportation that Kizaru can use to go to islands without the need for a boat. In this way, Kizaru may already be going at this very moment to confront Luffy and his allies, who will possibly be winners of this fight against two Yonkas, but this is something that we will only know with more information. After all, the leaks only informed about everyone talking about some subjects, Luffy and Katakuri's fighting style, and also revealed that we will have flashbacks of Kaido. But as soon as we have new leaks, we will have a new video updating the information. Comment what you expect from this new chapter. Thanks to all of you for watching the video to the end. I hope you enjoyed the content and information in today's video. We hope that we will always continue together talking about the news of the anime and the manga, so comment your doubts, news, or what you think will happen in the anime in the future. Also comment on the new videos you want to see here on the channel. We'll see you again in the next video. I'll wait for you here. Bye.